I try not to form an opinion on games before playing them, although that's not always easy. When I first saw the trailer for Penny Punching Princess, I thought it looked loud, silly, and I wasn't even sure what kind of game it was. Playing it, my opinion changed a few times. First, I was surprised at how good it was. Then I was annoyed at the game because it wouldn't always control properly. And eventually I got used to what was wrong with it and started enjoying it again. So let me tell you about the game. In Penny Punching Princess, you play as the princess, obviously. Your father died after losing all his money and becoming a gambling addict. The princess goes on a quest to get revenge on the Dragalone family that you hold responsible for your father's downfall. It's basically a top-down brawler. You have a weak attack, strong attack, and some special abilities. What sets the game apart from other brawlers is the bribe and coin system. You collect coins when you kill enemies, and you can collect bonus cash by stunning enemies and spinning the right analog stick as fast as possible. You use the cash to bribe enemies. When you bribe an enemy, they disappear from the battlefield and you can call on them a couple of times to attack other enemies. The way you bribe enemies is to open up your magic calculator by holding the left trigger. You can type the amount of bribe you want to give, or you can just hold the right trigger and it automatically selects the nearest enemy and assigns them the correct bribe. The bribe system is so important because the game is very difficult. Trying to simply fight your way through each battle can be near impossible. Bribing enemies to reduce how many you have to fight is a massive help in getting past battles. There are, though, a couple of big problems with the battle system. Firstly, attacks don't stun most enemies. You know when you play a game like Final Fight or Streets of Rage? When you hit an enemy, they're stunned for half a second, allowing you to do combos. In Penny Punching Princess, most enemies don't get stunned, so trying to attack continuously results in you taking damage because they will attack through your attacks. It's very easy to die if you're not careful. There are some large dragon enemies that can take off nearly a third of your health in one hit, so playing aggressively and attacking continuously would not work. I ended up playing this game overly carefully. I would stand away from enemies, let them come to me, and let them walk into a heavy attack. Then I would run away, wait for them to approach me again, and then attack again. It felt like a pretty boring way to play, and it was also not always effective when you've got lots of enemies coming at you from different directions. So, the battle system is flawed, which makes the bribery system even more important. But there's a problem there too. Sometimes the calculator randomly selects a number without you doing anything, and you need to delete the number before you can do a bribe. And sometimes the auto-target doesn't work for the bribe. These cost you precious seconds of messing around and trying repeatedly to bribe again. And in that time you could easily die because enemies are so strong. It would be okay if it was just an occasional bug, but it happened a few times per level, and sometimes several times per battle. It did result in me dying on occasion, which I did not appreciate. Outside of battles, the game has a lot of customization and grinding. You use the enemies that you bribe to make relics that give skill points, or you can use them to make armor. The skill points can be assigned to unlocking new abilities or stat upgrades for your health, attack, etc. You also need cash to make relics and armor, so each level there's a balance between bribing the right monsters but also trying to collect cash. It was a bit grindy to get enough cash and monsters, especially because the required skill points to go up a stat level becomes very high very quickly. I don't mind grinding in RPGs, but when you replay a level and die because the controls are being a pain, it can get frustrating. I did eventually get used to the bugs in the gameplay, and found a way to make it work by standing far away from enemies as much as possible when trying to bribe. But really it's not a great compliment to a game to say I got used to the bugs. I really liked the pixel cartoony graphics. It was a nice colourful game and it really suited the characters and humour of the game. Between levels there are cutscenes where your beetle ally fills in some story details, or talks trash with the Dragalone soldiers. It made me chuckle at times and I was curious about what would happen next, but it wasn't an especially compelling story. So overall, Penny Punching Princess is an okay game. If the battle system and bugs with the calculator were fixed, I think it could be a really good game, but as it stands, I think this is one you can wait for a sale on. So guys, are you planning to pick up Penny Punching Princess? Leave a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.
Ay, no, ay, no, pero pasó, me toca, te damos, porque, ah, boca, pasó, no, 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 toca, pasó, no, no.